Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Dan here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Physical Media Friday. And what we're going to do this month is I have one thing to show you, one new item, and that's it. But I'm actually going to show you some things I've already picked up and tell you what the prices are on Hamilton Book, because they've just came out with some new films that they've dropped, and they've lowered prices on some things, and they also have some things that are in the last chance category, so you need to get them quick if you want to get them from Hamilton Book at these prices. And as I was editing the video, guys, I decided to give each item a ranking based on the quality of it, even though I haven't seen some of them, the quality of it by reputation, or whether or not I think I'm going to like it or I would like it, and also the price. So out of 4, so I started out with devil horns, and then I got creative with the little emojis. You'll see as we go along. I just wanted to add a little bit of fun. But obviously, we're not going to have any one star or one devil horns entries here, because they're all good deals. But there is a little bit of variety in the ones that I feel are more urgent or quality pickups. So just for a little extra fun. Thanks. As many of you know, I'm operating on a budget this year. So for April, I went under $20 because I only got one. I got this 8th and final season of Rawhide, and I guess it was canceled halfway through. So it's a short season. It wasn't that expensive, which means for the next month, I was able to add a little bit. I take half of what I don't spend and add it to the $20 a month that I'm spending on physical media. So by doing that, for the next haul, I was able to get a fair number of Hamilton Book films and Blu-rays, because we're talking, some of them are like $1.95 each. We're going to go over some of those. But yeah, 8th and final season of Rawhide. I need to get the 7th season. That's the only season I'm missing. And I'm almost done season number 6. So, and I do enjoy watching it, a few episodes every week. That'll probably be for July, I guess. Anyway, yeah, let's highlight a few things. I got the screen pulled up right here. Wow, this is a good deal. And I reviewed this film a while back, Raw Courage. Just, if you like 80s movies, you're talking about Ronnie Cox, Art Hindle, Emmett Walsh. I mean, some marathon runners that get tangled up with some militia members, and just you know, a snapshot of that era, and just some really good actors. You know, I love the guys. Now, I did a double review with that and Running Scared, which is a really solid film with Judge Reinhold, Ken Wall, and John Saxon. Judge Reinhold in this is very different than the Judge Reinhold that you're probably thinking of. He's like a lunatic in this. I really enjoyed this. This was really solid. $3.95 price cut. So published at $19.95, price cut to $3.95. I don't remember paying $19.95 for it, so they must have had a sale. Okay, next, I'm going to go back and forth between DVD and Blu Ray, but wow, yeah, I paid the full price for this only because I just wanted to see it again. The Shootist, this is the Arrow edition, all kinds of special features. I mean, when you open it, the booklet and the cards and everything almost want to spill out. So I paid the full price a while ago for this, guys, $39.95, but now it's down to $24.95. Hey, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it'll even go down some more? It's possible. I mean, you could wait even longer, but that's a good price for that particular. And then they've had some of the Universal films packaged like this, just the individual films. So the Wolfman, for example, is $3.95. I'm not sure what the Invisible Man is, but they do have a 4-film Dirty Harry set. Not this one. It doesn't look like this, but it's got these 4 films. So the 4 films minus the Deadpool, and that was, so their 4-film set is $5.95. That's not bad, considering then they have the individual ones, the Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and Magnum Force, for $5.95. It seems like the Deadpool is the odd film out. I have that Clint Eastwood Snapper Case collection, and then this Game Night set of baseball films. I mean, we're talking some pretty good ones here. Major League, Bang the Drums Slowly with Robert De Niro, Bad News Bears. Bad News Bears, I believe the remake, and then the sequels to, the Walter Matthau and the Billy Bob Thornton ones, and then the sequels. to the original film. And then you also have Fear Strikes Out, which is about a baseball player who had problems with mental illness and had a breakdown during a game, starring Anthony Perkins and Carl Malden. That's a looks to be a pretty powerful one. I haven't watched it yet. But wow, $3.95, guys, $3.95. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 movies on here for $3.95. Pretty wild. Okay, next, wow. Now we're talking 11 movies here for $1.95. The Beast Collection. Granted, these are probably going to be a little bit lower quality from Retro Media, whoever that is. We're talking Sasquatch Horror, Zontar, The Eye Creatures, Bigfoot Terror. Then you've got two of the Digimin movies. I think they call them Giant. Yeah, they call them the Giant Majin here. It's a different name for it. These might be not so great, but, you know, I'll watch the Digimin movies, and if I really like them, maybe I'll spend a little more for the set of 3 that somebody has. I forget who put that out.
Okay, let's get into some martial arts films here.
Okay, first off, they have The Legend, also known as The Legend of Feng Sayuk, for $3.95. Now, this is a 2-pack. This is the first one and the second one, so they only have the first one for $3.95. A very good deal, but they've got an even better Jet Li deal here on here, guys. Which, if you're a martial arts fan, you have to have this film. Jet Li's Fearless. This is the DVD. Jet Li's Fearless for $1.95, guys. I mean, this is one of his best, in my opinion. Then also they have, from the Pearl River collection, which I've been collecting, they have this Basher box. Okay. 2 films, Awaken Punch and Prodigal Boxer. I've reviewed both of them, as I have also reviewed Fearless on my channel. Please check out those reviews. Now, these films are lower budgeted, sort of independent martial arts films, but they've never really been cleaned up and restored like this. But I would say, you know, if you're not really into these films, that this might not be the place to start. But I personally enjoy these types of films, and these are only $3.95 for both of these, and some pretty good special features on here. Nice little booklet which explains the whole restoration process. And now, wow, this is a drastic price cut here. We got the Shaolin Plot from Arrow. You know, slipcover, booklet, poster, reversible cover art. I've reviewed this film as well. Let's take a look at what this was. So this was like a $39.95 deal. You know, I'm kind of thinking I got it when it was on sale, but like a 10% off sale. Now they got it all the way down for $12.95, guys. That is massive. That is awesome. And then one more martial arts set. There's a set of 4 fan favorites. I picked this up from FYE, and when they rang it up, it came up to like a weird price. The lady even like kind of did a double take. It was like $1.68 for this and another film, a Donnie Yen film. So a couple of these have Angela Mao, and they're pretty good. They're of the wackier, goofier variety, some of them, but definitely pretty good. And they have this for $5.95. Not a bad deal considering you've got 4 movies there. Okay, next we have Dan Curtis's Dracula, made-for-TV movie starring Jack Palance. This is a double feature with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, obviously. They've had various combinations of Dan Curtis movies over the years. This is the one I chose. So just the Dracula. They only have Dracula, okay? And that is price cut to $3.95. That was $14.98 originally. So without having seen it yet, Dan Curtis, Jack Palance, I've heard good things too. So that seems like a very good deal. And next we have a Western, one of the great Westerns of all time. They have this exact 2-disc special edition of The Wild Bunch for $6.95. I think that's a good deal. Let's see what you get in there. Whole disc of special features. The original director's cut. Yeah, the original director's cut, and then special features. Next, they have the Magnificent 7 collection, okay, which is 4 films. I have not seen any of the 3 sequels. The original film is, of course, a legendary film. Blu-ray. Let's see how many discs you've got that on.
The 4 films are spread out, excuse me, on 3 discs.
4 discs. No, there's 4 discs. 1 disc for each movie. Not bad at all. I think the sequels will be interesting to watch, mostly to see who they cast in some of the principal roles. But obviously, the original is a classic. So this whole 4-movie set is $6.95. Good deal. Next, I have a really strange Western. I really kind of like this one. It's an odd Western for sure. It's a DVD as well. 5-card stud starring Dean Martin, Robert Mitchum, Roddy McDowall. I kind of went back and forth on whether I liked him in this role. But, back in the Old West, not everybody was cut from the same cloth. They had people that looked, there were Roddy McDowalls back in the Old West. I'm sure his characters are a real pain in the rear end, too. This is almost like more of a murder mystery set in the Old West. And also, I was happy to see a youngish Yaphet Kotto, rest in peace, in a pretty sizable role. I always like seeing him in supporting or leading roles that in films that I haven't seen him in before. That's an interesting one for sure for Western fans, and even if you're not really in the Westerns, I think you might like that one. $5.95, not a bad price at all. Next, we're going to some TV, and I am going to be discussing the first episode of this series, and it's The Fugitive Season 1, Volume 2. Now, you got to be careful here. I really got into this, okay? And I went way beyond Season 1. But, I thought I was kind of just absentmindedly started watching, and then I realized, hey, this isn't the whole season, this is half. So they have Volume 1 for $5.95 and Volume 2 of Season 1 for $5.95. Those prices aren't bad. The original prices here say $39, so that's quite a cut down. I really don't think you'd find them at $39 anywhere. Just half of a season. So, whenever you're, and I know this from trying to assemble Rawhide, I got half of a season, and then I just went and bought like 6 seasons at a time. And now I have to cobble together the last 2 seasons, obviously. But, if you think you're going to get the whole season, if you think you're going to get the whole show, you might just want to look at doing that in one fell swoop. Just compare costs rather than kind of piecemeal it together. If it's available. Some shows are hard to find, and that's the way you have to do it. You get Season 2, and then hopefully a year later you find Season 1, But I would do a little research, check eBay, Dark Side Records, all the Amazon, all the places. And next we've got a Bronson collection. The Bronson Triple Threat Collection. The looks like both the DVD and the Blu Ray are $5.95. Now the Blu Ray, no, what? So it says the DVD was $15.08, and now it's reduced to $5.95. That's really odd to me. But this is the Triple Threat Collection: Death Wish 2, 3, and 4. So you're gonna have to get Death Wish from somewhere else. I think I got a Death Wish Steelbook because that's I think my favorite one. So good deal on some Charlie Bronson. Well, there you go, guys. I don't know if this is going to be helpful to you. Basically, what I'm trying to do is, if you're interested, go to Hamilton Book, look around, do some shopping. Maybe instead of doing what I did and just rushing out and buying the shootist as soon as it was available from Arrow. And I usually don't do that. I usually do wait a little bit. Maybe take note of some prices and then, check back, take some notes, check back over the next couple months. You might see some drops like that Shaolin Plot. I mean, that's a massive drop. I mean, I've got a lot of Kung Fu movies to watch. I didn't have to have that one at that moment. So most likely I could have waited on that one, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And are you fans of Hamilton Book? Not a sponsor. Come back again next Friday, or maybe the Friday after that, for another Physical Media Friday. And I'm doing this a little different. I premiered this mid-morning, and hopefully we have people in the chat and the comments. But if you're watching this at a later date, leave a comment below. Thanks a lot. Later.